Really, there are fundamental questions that have to be answered here. What do you reckon?
I think the police intervention is bizarre and a bit worrying, actually. I mean, I was struck by what Lord Sumption, former judge at the Supreme Court, said a couple of days ago, where he said there's absolutely no justification for the police to be intervening in this and seeking redactions to the report, etc. And by doing so, they are technically obstructing MPs from carrying out their constitutional duty of holding the government to account. So it's an almost unprecedented thing, really, where inquiries get carried out all the time, and investigations and civil servants' reports, etc. And we don't usually see the police intervening in this way. So I think the police have got serious questions to answer. I mean, on the broader question, it has dominated the news. And on one level, you know, some of your colleagues have been saying, well, look, this is a birthday cake, effectively, that the nation is obsessing about. And on one level, of course, it's daft because it is a birthday cake, and you know, amongst other parties. But the reality is that these MPs set these rules. These MPs argued at the time that these extreme restrictions were necessary in order to stop the NHS from collapsing, in order to stop, you know, thousands of people from dying. And we saw some of the crazy scenarios of, you know, children's swings being chained together in parks because, you know, as a means to stopping the spread of COVID. So these extreme restrictions were put in place by MPs who now seem, as far as I can see, to be complaining that the nation is obsessing about them. So they really need to look a little bit closer to home. But you know, the report should come out. There's no question about it. The report's been done. I don't see any reason for the intervention of the police. Get it out, let the press and the public have their say, and then we go from there.
And Ollie, would you agree with that? And do you think that the report, when it does come out, should be published in full, or do you expect that there will be redactions based on the police's intervention?
Well, you know, what I found strange about the police intervention was why hadn't it happened up until then? I mean, why now? Why are the police intervening now? They've known all along about this, and initially, indeed, they said they wouldn't be investigating. You'll recall when this first broke and the first party was talked about, and they said they wouldn't investigate. And now Sue Gray has, we are told, kept the police informed right throughout her investigation, and we understand is very frustrated by the fact that they have now intervened in this public way, and it's very difficult to understand the reasoning behind why they intervened in that way now. In terms of redactions, look, I mean, the civil service unions, I'm sure, will want to look at the report, for example. They will want to ensure that their own people are protected in terms of right to privacy and not putting them out there when they don't need to be out there. You know, I found it amusing to hear people like Nicola Sturgeon talking about there shouldn't be any redactions, when, of course, she had a lot of redactions in terms of some of the reports in Scotland, in terms of Alex Salmond and what went on in Scotland. So, look, I'm not as concerned about that, but what I am concerned about is the fact that the police have intervened at a particular time. Why didn't they have whatever they needed to have before then? Why intervene now?